Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
Happy Tuesday.
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 Tubular.
Oh, wow. Can we bring back some of those? You know what I need to? I'm going to talk into my phone so it serves me. TikTok, I would like to see more videos of white people slang. That is one of my favorite fucking genres of TikTok content is specifically, usually it's groups of British black men and women getting together and talking about their favorite white people slang because, especially when they're British, they're going from like sitcoms and like some of the ones I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we do say things like that. And it's so
Or
fucking
it's
funny.
like, we never said anything like that.
I'm like,
That's just very specific to that one show.
That's Everybody Loves Raymond. Like that's just a quote from him.
Speaking of
so
Everybody
I love
Loves
that.
Raymond.
What happened to him?
My sister, Megan, they were going, for some reason at her work, people were like asking about celebrity crushes. And she tells them,
oh God.
and this isn't even Melanie. Melanie does like old white men. Megan, her type is like Jewish men or dark black men. Those are her two types. And so let me bring up who she has a crush on.
We need to make a collage like in a Patreon when we're making collages of like when you have a type, if you put all of the pictures of the people like who fall into the categories of your type in a collage, it is illuminating. Like you will see a connection more often than not.
Her crush is Philip Rosenthal, who is the creator of which when she said that, I said, who? And so did Melanie said, who? He's the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond.
How does she know about him?
Because he has a travel documentary on PBS called Somebody Feed Phil, or it's on Netflix or something. I think she's watching it on Netflix and it might have started on PBS.
This is, first of all, I think we need to do a deep dive investigation to see if your sister's attracted to men who look British, because I've never seen a man who looks more British than this.
She's really, really in love with Adam Sandler.
Okay, that's a common one.
Yes.
Not my vibe because, like, he's a dad. Like, in that sense that I would just go, no, I'm a child and he's my father.
Mm-hmm.
And I have daddy issues, but, like, not like that kind. Just a different kind.
Phil Rosenthal is older than Adam Sandler, so.
I also am just dying because if you hadn't told me what she was seeing him on, when I tell you I Google image photos of him, there's like 4. And they're over the course of like 30 years. So I was like, how the fuck did your sister figure out who this man is and have enough content of his face to go crush?
Yeah, agree. My Instagram was open and it opened to a Now This video. And there's a woman who has the thickest tongue in the world. And she is getting it measured. Did you see it?
She's on TikTok. I don't need to see because I know who this woman is, because this woman is a social media influencer because of how large her tongue, right? Is it the one with the large tongue, large mouth?
I don't think it doesn't look like she has a very big mouth. It's the girth of her tongue.
Because then I really wonder if the woman with the largest mouth, who's a mouth influencer on TikTok, I wonder if she's going to start feeling threatened by this lady with her girthy tongue.
Well, this woman now has the record.
Do you think they collab?
I don't know. Tell me if it's the same one I sent to you on Instagram.
No, totally different.
Her name is Jenny Duvander of Portland.
Oh my God. It serves. I literally was like, I wonder, like, there's got to be some very good uses for that. And I don't want to be dirty about it because, like, she didn't ask for that. But I was thinking of, like, God, there's got to be some profession. Flute player. It works well. And as someone who's played the flute, not well.
This is new information I have about you.
I played the flute in elementary school. We had to pick an instrument. I wanted to pick guitar because Josie and the Pussycats. But I didn't get that. I got flute, and I passed out. And so then I was not allowed to actually play, and I had to mime it when we would do the concerts. And most of the kids who played flute had to do the same thing because that amount of power and breath control as a elementary schooler is hard.
Guess what instrument I played? I think I've said it before.
Violin.
No.
Cello.
Nope. It's in
Trumpet.
the same family that you were in.
Oh, trombone.
No, in the same family.
Brass. A trombone is a brass. Oh, clarinet.
Yes.
Oh, that was gonna be my first guess, but I thought it was too
woodwind.
easy.
It's not brass. It's a woodwind instrument.
Oh, I guess you're right. But we always sat like near,
Yeah,
I guess we would sit in between the violinist and then the yeah. I was actually, the one I was really jealous of is the kid who got to play the triangle. That was like, I was like, I want that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I also faked because I played in Kansas in elementary school, and then we moved to Pennsylvania, and those people, like, band is life. Everybody,
Was it the Pennsylvania Dutch?
It wasn't the Pennsylvania Dutch, but like they started playing Out the Wound, and like when I was playing in 4th and 5th grade, it was like 1 and 2 and like very simple things. These people full orchestra going, full bands going, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna pretend, and so I never like battled anyone. I was better than these twins that were there, and I was like. And they were my friends. And I was like, I'm better than them. So that's all that matters. And then I was like, I'm not here to battle. I just want to go on the free trips and get out of school. Like, that's all I want to do and go to the parades. And so I just fake it when we were in actual band and when we were doing things. And then I would, in my like solo things, when we had to go in our sections for whatever, I would just learn something and then be done with it. So.
Was it a marching band school?
Mm-hmm. And it was marching band during marching band season, and then sit down band, or what's it called? Like
orchestra, chorus, choir, band.
It was like they called it some other type of band when it wasn't outdoor season.
Yeah, my school was not. Everyone was like releasing their own EPs and like, making music in that sense. Like we were not like that kind of band. Like our band was fine, but if you were really good, you were doing your own side projects. Also because everyone had money. Yeah. So they were like,
on the East Coast, they're very big on those type of things.
Yeah, I've seen it in TV shows. I'm always like, anytime there's like the people who like spin the batons at games, or like what I learned later on, Cadet Kelly, I was like, this is a real thing. People have like guns and they flip them around. Like I had no fucking clue that existed outside of a Disney Channel original movie. And that, football, and like bands, I was like, those are East Coast cool things. Like that is not something I'm familiar with.
Yep. So that was my band experience. And then I moved to Arkansas and it was like not cool at all. And
you said,
and I wasn't really into it anyway. So, and they weren't going on trips, like they were going in Pennsylvania. So what was the point?
Truly. That's why a lot of kids did French at my middle schools, because they did a trip to, first of all, they did a trip to Quebec. And
that's what I did too.
Okay, cool. But like the fact that all these fucking kids in California learned French so they could go to Canada and then think like that'll bode well for like the rest of my future. I'm like, okay, Spanish. And then in high school, a lot of the kids who, if you would do a specific sciencey program, but some kids would go, there's a school trip to Costa Rica. And I was like, Okay, no offense, Quebec, but I think anyone who's from Quebec would be like, yeah, no, that's kind of cooler.
We did the same thing in my middle school in Pennsylvania as well. I took French and we went to Quebec too, but it was fun because it wasn't because like you're going to Quebec. It was because you're going on a trip without your parents outside of the country.
I just don't know why we never did DC. That's like one that was always in everything. And Mott's did that. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. I did
too. But I was also closer to DC as well. Like it was like a regular thing. I also
that's fun.
It was in ski club as well. We went skiing every Friday.
We had fun. Ski club. Where do you ski in Arkansas?
No, I was in Pennsylvania. All this is in Pennsylvania.
No, wait. How old were you in Pennsylvania?
I was in Pennsylvania from 6 to a quarter of 8th grade. 8th grade, I went to 3 different schools.
Wait, you had a ski club and went skiing in middle school? That's what threw me off because we didn't have that till high school, I don't think. Wow. Did you take a bus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
We had that in college too. But I mean, really, both of them were people would go and do that, but the dues that everyone paying all that was mostly just to buy like drugs and alcohol. Mm-hmm. I was also in Hacky Sack Club. That was mostly weed money.
I can't see that for you.
Well, no, I can't play hacky sack, but I did smoke a lot of weed, and so therefore
they do go hand in hand.
Exactly,
hand to foot
to
shoulder.
Don't say mouth. Oh, because I was like, ooh, hand, foot, and mouth.
Who's catching a hockey thingy on their mouth?
No, I was just thinking of hand, foot, and mouth disease because someone was talking about their kid having it. When was that? Something I was listening to.
Kids get it all the time.
Yeah, freaks me out.
Yeah.
Anytime someone says, look out for open sores, I go, I'm actually going to close my eyes and never look out for those.
Bandage them.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at them for them. Like, I'm going to avoid open sores and like weeping wounds as much as fucking possible.
Weeping wounds. Ugh. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've heard that phrase before.
Ugh.
But it is a picture in my mind.
Yeah, and it's descriptive. And like, if your wound is weeping. Mm-hmm. Speaking of a wound that was weeping that is no longer, that time I got cut on the back of my ankle from Mott's toenail, which I don't think I explicitly said on the podcast. That's
yes, you did.
I did? I thought I just told you that's
maybe
how we
you
cut
told
it.
me, but
we've
had the conversation. But
I don't
know
think
if it was on
said
the mic.
how I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Mott's fucking toenail. He felt so bad. When I tell you that, like, I know I had the reaction that I did afterwards. Like, it got so much worse and it was so itchy because then I had allergic reaction to the bacitracin that I put on it. I have a full-blown scar. Like, I have a scar on the back of my ankle from this. And part of it is still a scab. But the part that's healed, scar. Insanity. Like, I think it's fucking crazy and not allowed that from the waist down, my wounds aren't healing. They're just, it's like whatever happens. So be aware.
Hi. Sorry. Did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
So how's your week been? I don't think you told people what you're working on.
No, I told the Patreon. So to promote our Patreon, you can get exclusive information early on. I've been working on directing Willow Smith of the Smith lineage, Will and Jada. I've been directing her book called Black Shield Maiden. It's an adventure book about a Black girl stolen from Africa and taken to another land. We're on track here, but then she's like recruited to be a Viking.
It sounds really interesting. Like really good.
It is interesting.
I want to listen to it when it's out, which I'm sure you'll let us know when it does come.
I will. And Will's doing a very good job. I can tell that you really prepared for this.
It would have taken everything in me the first time I met her to be like, I want you to know I'm on your dad's side.
I know.
And I'll defend your mom to the ends of the fucking earth.
To the end of the fucking earth.
End of the fucking earth. Mm-hmm. And every time I hear anyone say anything negative about either of them, my love for them, that fire grows within me to the point where nothing could ever quench it.
I know. And it's like sometimes when I work with famous people, I'm like, I got to make sure that we haven't said something negative on the podcast.
With this, you're so
And I was like,
solid.
I'm so solid. I've been Team Will and Jada forever. And
we got on here the day after the Oscars saying some people deserve to get fucking hit.
Yes.
And he was one of them.
Yep.
And we complimented the restraint that he did, but the restraint and also the effectiveness of communicating your feelings through a slap when you are of Will Smith fame, stature, and strength.
Right.
Accomplished everything.
You train to be Muhammad Ali. Like, you know how to throw a punch.
You bitch slapped someone who deserved it. And to that, applause.
Right. All around.
If this was like Game of Thrones, it'd be one of those things of being like, my family's in debt to your house. Like it would be like, I will give you 9 sheep. Like, I love it. Love what you love it. Love it.
And they raised a very nice young woman, I should say.
I'm excited. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, that's what you've been doing all week. Any
I have a new podcast coming out this week as well. Tomorrow.
Ooh.
It's called Full Discourse with Josh Elkin. It is about like the history of food on the internet. So our first guest is Mythical Josh from Good Mythical Morning. Or what is it? Like, what is their...
Yeah. I mean, he's from like the mythical universe, Rhett and Link. He does Good Mythical Morning, Good Mythical More, and they have a podcast, I think, too. Mythical Kitchen.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's from Mythical Kitchen, so... It's fun. It's a fun episode. He talks about his experience and how he got to where he is today. And it's very interesting. It also includes Will Smith and his story as well.
Like every good story should.
Right.
I need to find a way to include Will Smith and my life story from these years on.
Yeah.
I'll work on that. Speaking of Mythical Kitchen and Mythical Josh, did you see who was recently a guest on Last Meal? Which is the show that he hosts on for them where like he interviews people and cooks some food.
Yes. But
Kelly Rowland with her fedora.
That's right. Yes.
And which leads me to, I have actually not watched the Kelly Rowland, Tyler Perry movie, but I watched Trixie react to it. Melissa? They had to keep cutting because nudity.
Yeah.
Nudity.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, sexy.
Did you see this woman was interviewing Trevante, the lead of that movie? Let me just send it to you because I can't do it justice of how shook she was. I'll also put the link in the show notes.
Did I have to rewatch like the first 5 minutes of the Trixie video to figure out if this was the Tyler Perry movie I auditioned for? Yes. I was like,
is this it?
No, it's not. But
okay.
It took me a while to figure out if it was or if it wasn't. The names are like, maybe not the same names, but kind of like similar style or vein.
Yours was a TV show though, right?
No, I think it was a movie.
Was it a movie? Okay.
The men that they cast in this movie.
All Tyler Perry movies.
Specifically, if I was Kelly Rowland, I would have been like, I don't even need to see the script and you tell me this is who's participating. But if I see the script and I don't know who's participating, I'm like a little wary. Oh my God. Beautiful. I mean, she's gorgeous. That's what I'm saying. Like beautiful people with beautiful people. And I appreciate when they don't give a gorgeous, hot leading lady a man who is 25 years older than her, who is like, it's supposed to be like, no, he's the everyday man and she's the bombshell. And it's like, but you don't ever see the opposite. You never see like the gorgeous guy and like, oh, the everyday woman. And this, I love.
You get everything.
Hot people, hot people.
Yeah. With the Tyler Perry movie, they're going to be very hot.
Yeah. Okay, let me watch this. Melissa,
keep
watching. Okay.
You started over.
My nipple's already hard.
Yeah, start it over.
They said, we're going to make a movie so sexy, so hot, with so many gorgeous people, boners around the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's also a part where, like, it's also, like, fucking crazy. Like, and again, I haven't seen it. I just watched Trixie watch it. And there was, like, a part where, was it Trixie or was it Katya? I think it was Trixie. Where, like, he does this, like, he's got the move. He's got like a sexy painting move. And to give everyone like the lowdown of this, she is a lawyer who's representing this man who has been like accused of like murdering someone because like she's gone, like has been kidnapped. They don't have the body. And turns out he's really sexy and she like kind of falls in love with him and then they start fucking. And she is like a deadbeat husband who like will not let her tell his family that he's not making any money and she's supporting them. And like her family's like, he's got like a weird incestuous mom and like all of that kind of stuff.
I did not know anything about what this movie is about.
No, Melissa, me fucking either. And I said, Kelly Rowland looking gorgeous, like amazing. And I'm like, whoa. And then her client, who again is on trial for murder, is he has this like move where he has like a painting night, like that he like bring a girl over and he like paint her or whatever. And I don't even know, I can't remember exactly how they get to this point where she realizes that, she like talks to another woman who he's like been with or something, and she like realizes like, oh my God, this is a move. And she goes up, and so he hangs the photo above his bed, like the painting that he did of her, and she like dramatically like crawls on it and like rips it down, and there's just another painting of a woman underneath, and she pulls an extra and there's another painting of, and I was like, Tyler Perry, this shit has me on the edge of my fucking seat. And it was just wonderful. But I was like, Kelly, like I had no idea. And so I saw that before I saw her on Mythical Kitchen with Fedora. And I was like, I've saved it to my watch later. I go, what the fuck is Josh going to ask her about this movie? Like, what are the questions about to be? Because prior to this, like, I didn't know. I was like, oh, cool, Kelly Rowland, not amazing. I'll watch that later. They see the other thing first. And I go, now that I know what press tour you're on, I would love to know how this conversation is going to go while you're talking about your death row meals. Is it going to be like, death row, you played a lawyer who had someone on trial? So I cannot wait to watch that.
Yeah, I got to see the movie. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list, but my sister Megan really enjoyed it. Also, he is her type. I
was going to say, she should check it out. I think she's got some options.
Yeah, she's seen it. She loves it, so...
Kelly Rowland, like, I was always wondering why she never got into, or maybe she did, but why she never did Christmas movies.
She is. She's all over them Christmas movies.
But didn't she just start this year?
I feel like she has multiple.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
This is the fourth one that is out.
One
that came out this year. It's like since the first one came out in 2019.
See, that's what I would have assumed. Like, 2019 to now, this is current day for me. But like prior to that, I was surprised.
Yeah, she's done. There's been Merry Little Christmas Vacation, Merry Little Christmas Baby, Merry Little Christmas.
But she can act. She's so likable. And I love her in specifically why I thought she needed to be more Christmas movies when I saw these clips of her from Mea Culpa is she's wearing these like long coats, and I go, ooh, put her in a snowscape. That girl is red. Like these outfits, the little hats, the accessories. I'm like, give this bitch some earmuffs and throw her in the snow. Make her fall in love in the snow. And she had great chemistry with the guy. I was like, hot. Hot, hot, hot.
And you haven't even really watched it.
No, I haven't. And I've only seen it from clips. I want to tell you, though, I would probably have to watch this movie like through my fingers. Like I like the like that I would have.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hey, everyone. Join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to See You Next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
What else have you been watching? You usually have a long list of things.
I know, but Mott's is gone.
No.
So he comes back today.
Something that he didn't want to watch that you were going to watch by yourself.
That's what he was saying. And I was like, well, no, we're at the point now where like I will make him watch whatever. But I've been getting into, I don't think I talked about this the last time, but right before he left, which is then, no, did I tell you that we watched Dune?
The first one?
Yeah. So we watched Dune and like in preparation to watch the second Dune. And I have this bad habit of talking throughout anything we watch at home, which is like why I do think he really loves going to the movies, because like I can't talk. And I do talk to him and anyone as if they've seen the movie, even if they haven't.
You and my mom just need to watch a movie together. She's like, why would I know? I know just as much information as you do.
But like, I'm a verbal processor. So I'm just like, what do you mean? And so like, as soon as Dave Bautista, and like, I don't really research a lot of movies before I watch them. I do deep dives after.
Yep.
And, Dave Bautista gets there and I go, is this a comedy? And Moss goes, you know this is not a comedy. Like, this is Dune. This is not a comedy. And I go, Dave Bautista's like, he's being serious. Like, he plays the muscle in the funny things. And so I was like shocked. And then, oh my God, what's Thanos' name?
Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Then he hops in here and I go, are you sure this isn't like
Josh Brolin is very much a dramatic actor.
So that's what Mott said. And Mott goes, I don't know how Josh Brolin would feel that you are now associating him solely with like Thor and, I mean, not Thor, with Thanos and like Marvel. And I was like, sorry, short attention span. But I just like am obsessed with now knowing the initial press for this for the first movie. Zendaya is
in like 2 minutes.
she is the fucking star of this movie because Timothée Chalamet is just simping for her. She's in his dreams. Like, her voice is everywhere. Her eyes are everywhere. But like, this girl is not in that goddamn fucking movie. And I'm sure she's billed like number 2 on the first movie, and she's doing all of the press. And so the second one, like, it's like, that's really like,
that's what they
her
were
movie.
saying.
It's a slow build.
Yeah, that's what it was. When they were doing the press for the first, the director was like, she's in this, like, it's to get us to the next one. She's in the next one.
But like, to be cast as the woman who, like, this man, like, you are the star and you're not even like,
yeah,
the compliments that must feel
on the poster. Her face is just as big as Timothy's, and everybody else is smaller.
It's all about you. If you are not it, like this, you are everything to everyone in this. And like, I was like, this is great. And Timothée Chalamet, I do understand Chalé-manders a little bit more. They're very protective. People are upset that he's gained weight, which is fucking insane. His, like, the Chalé-manders. And I want you all to know that when I use the term Chalé-manders, I do mean it derogatorily. So if you don't fit into the criteria of Club Chalamet or being upset and on a Reddit forum just like talking mad shit on the fact that he's gained weight, like, you are not the Chalé-manders I'm speaking to. And they're like so fucking upset. And since watching Dune, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are, this is fucking weird. Cause like, when I tell you, he has never looked like more like a sickly Victorian child than he did in this. And I go, this is the peak. First of all, he's dressed like a nun. He's wearing these outfits that, like, he kind of looks like a nun. Like, it's got that, no, not a nun. What are the boy nuns called?
Priest?
Yes. With, like,
what are
collar.
the boy nuns called?
Well, they've all got the outfits. You know, some people have different outfits, but like, you know, they've got outfits. So it's like a mix between, I would say a mix between a priest and a nun in this outfit. He looks like he should be driving a hearse. Like, it's like such a specific fucking vibe.
Those are 3 different things.
But I just need you to know that that's exactly how to describe what he's wearing. And everybody else is in like Rebecca Ferguson is in like silks draping and like going all of this. Jason Momoa is dressed like G.I. Joe. Like, he's in Jumanji. And then you have Timothée Chalamet in this. And then they film him when he's like, before he's like figuring out like who he is and the power he has. You know, we all know the film tricks with like the lighting and all of that stuff. So they're making him look like he's a frail little boy. And I go, this is what you want. You bitches want this man back to? You're nasty. Like, you're fucking nasty. Oh, and here's the thing. I will kink shame when your kink is Timothée Chalamet looking sick. Let this man gain 10, 20 pounds. Oh my God. Fucking, ooh. But I enjoyed it. And Mons, I said that afterwards. Mons goes, really? Because you just kept saying shit. And I go, no, that didn't mean I didn't. First of all, I would tell you if I didn't enjoy it when we put on The King's Man. I said, we have to turn this off, this movie. I can't. There's no, where are the women? What are the women doing?
Kingsman or the other one?
The King's Man.
Oh,
which,
The King's
again,
Man.
Horrible SEO. Like, so fucking confusing. But I enjoyed it because girl boss and gorgeous men. I know Austin Butler's in the next one, and I have to tell, I'm terrified of that. Not because it's him, but just because I've seen the previews. The bald cap, the tongue.
I haven't seen anything.
And you know what's going to happen to me is it's going to be bald cap tongue, and then Elvis's voice is going to pop out, and that's going to scare the shit out of me.
Did you see that Timothy wants him to play Elvis in his... Is he doing Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants... Because there's some crossover somewhere, and he wants him to come play him for a couple minutes in it.
He's like, I can't go back. I can't go back.
I'm like, don't do that to
don't
that
make him
man.
relapse into the, like, he's doing everything he can. This man, he, like, his psyche has been permanently altered and changed with this accent. When Jacob Elordi, all he had to do, similar to me, his knowledge of Elvis, Lilo and Stitch.
So I believe that if he does it, it needs to be, he's not talking. He just is there.
Yeah. We'll never get him back.
Yeah, we'll never get him back.
I was going to say, I do think that, like, we talk about, I talk massive shit on method acting because it's usually a poor tactic. And this one, I wouldn't say I hope it was not a problematic in the method acting. But I do think that he probably looks back on that and goes, I went too fucking far. I got lost in the sauce and I wish I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Because being a chameleon is like a part of your job.
Yeah. You want people to see you differently than the character, especially that man.
Yeah. I never saw it. I need to see Priscilla, though. I want to
see Priscilla. I haven't seen the other one. Don't want to see it, to be honest.
Did you ever see Rocket Man?
No.
I think you'd like him.
Probably.
I like him. He's in like a subset of petite British men that I don't lust for, but I go, I'd get an oil painting of you and hang it in my home. And I'm always happy for whatever you're doing because, like, you're very beautiful. Like, it's like Tom Holland. Like, you are a very classically beautiful specimen that I appreciate. And I don't, not for anything other than, like, I enjoy watching you.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him enough in the Kingsman movies.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy him too. And I also really enjoy who plays his love interest. Oi!
He has this type of mouth that I like a lot on men.
He has a mouth of a young man who was on like a CBS sitcom in the like early 2000s.
Yes.
And he looks like a Lawrence a little bit.
I really enjoy that mouth.
Yeah. As someone who has gone on record saying specifically, I love men, where it's like men and women, but specifically in like romantic attraction, men whose their mouth takes up half of their face. And when they smile, you have nose and forehead and teeth, and that's all you fucking see. I love that. He's got a very nicely shaped mouth. It's a very nice placement of it. He's got like sitcom face with like the British charm there. He also looks like he could be in a boy band, but he can get scruffy too. He's got a Stacy London little streak in his hair right now. Yeah.
Did you know her and old dude had gotten a huge fight?
Are you calling him old dude?
No, the dude she was with on that show.
Why are you calling him old dude?
It's a saying.
Oh, like, okay. I thought you meant
not like old.
It's like old dude. I did that. They like hated each other. I wondered if they saw that like there was like beef with Queer Eye, and they said, "We'll show you beef."
Yeah, but they squashed it. They reunited.
I'm happy for them. I think it's crazy when people like let you know, like, oh, we actually had beef for 10 years. We never told anyone, and like now we're good. And I'm like, whoa. Rewind. I would have actually liked to witness that part.
We were witnessing it.
Yeah, we had no idea.
We had no idea.
We just had no fucking clue. Queer Eye, they're like just on TikTok talking shit on each other. And I'm like, okay, high key, obsessed with them. Bring back messy celebrities.
What do you mean bring back? People are being messy left and right.
No, but people before were being messy through like statements and stuff, like through their publicists doing that. Like, I'm obsessed when someone's like, I'm going to hop on TikTok and record to camera. And you know, their whole team is like, please don't.
Or in someone else's case, they get onto a microphone and come up with a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Bigfoot, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. Get on your good foot. I'm not going to say her name.
Oh my God. When I tell you that it took
Megan was just looking at me so blankly.
Well, because I told you, I have a delay. Like it takes me a couple, not like I have a couple seconds to figure out what you said. As soon as I like went through it all, and then I got to that last word and I said, oh, I know what we're saying. Because when you said God on mic, I thought you meant podcast. And
no. I mean, basically,
I was going to say, as you said that,
a live stream, several live streams.
She wouldn't get off the live stream.
Right.
She got on and
she was releasing a song, and you had to go to some app to download to get on this live stream. And I got on, and I just made my username Hottie 216. So I needed to note that I was not there in support. Yeah. I just wanted to hear what was going on. And she was just playing old music live. Not even anything new. Wasn't saying anything. Just hitting play. Hitting spacebar and like, here. And people were like, oh my gosh, this means. And I was like, y'all are delusional. Let me get out of here.
Yeah. I've already blocked that out of my memory.
I think about it every time that I see Meghan. Every time I see her come up, I'm like, I know this is making Josh mad in some way.
Oh my God. It's making her.
Oops, I said her name. I'm just going to bleep it out.
Yep. The fact that no one has checked her to be like, there's actually nothing more embarrassing than having one-sided beef with someone who's not responding.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just, it's remarkable. It's remarkable how many people someone can have in their circle who just go, keep going. You're doing everything right. And it's like, ooh. No, yeah. And Meg just shows up looking gorgeous, being like,
here's my Nike collab.
It's very like Mariah Carey. Like, who?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Oh, I don't know her.
Oh, so good.
Love, 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 love.
And on that note, we're going to end it on a note of love.
Perfect. As we should, because that's really what we represent. It's all we're about.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you
next Tuesday.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Laureau, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth.
Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors, including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.